Corrections. Officer Sophia Reeves, 28 years old, 5 feet 3 inches tall, weighing 120 pounds, started laughing when all the male inmates saw her transferred to Riverside Maximum Security Prison. To them, this small, quiet woman was an easy target. But Sophia had a past they didn't know about. She had served in Special Forces for 8 years, conducting operations in 15 different battlefields. Now, during Block D's 30-inmate escape attempt, Sophia stood alone in the corridor with only her baton, facing the most dangerous killers armed with steel bars and knives. This would be their last mistake. 3 weeks ago, Sophia had been working at the women's prison for 4 years. She had a perfect record, never received any disciplinary action. But when Warden Thompson called her to his office, everything changed. "Reeves," said Thompson, shuffling through her file, "we're transferring you to Riverside Men's Maximum Security." Sophia was stunned. "Sir, is there a problem?" "There's nothing wrong with my record." "It's not a problem, Reeves." "There's a need. Riverside has a staff shortage." Thompson looked at her. "But to be honest, you're too small for this job." Sophia's jaw tightened. "My size doesn't affect my work, sir." "Riverside is different, Reeves. The inmates there are killers, rapists, terrorist organization members. You're a 120-pound woman. They're going to test you." Thompson was right, but what Sophia didn't know was that this transfer was actually a punishment. Sophia had reported sexual harassment by a higher-ranking male colleague. The system was punishing her. When Sophia got home, her sister Linda answered the phone. "Sophia, what do you think about this transfer?" Linda asked. "It'll be tough," Sophia replied, "but I can handle it." "You've always been strong." "But a men's prison, it's different." Sophia looked out the window. Nobody knew, but she wasn't just a prison guard. She had done much more dangerous work in the past. Riverside Maximum Security Prison was Connecticut's most secure prison, 1,200 inmates, 340 staff. When Sophia started work, the other guards sized her up. "Fresh meat," muttered Corrections Officer Mike Brennan. "Wonder how long she'll last." Shift Supervisor Sergeant Rodriguez took Sophia for training. "Reeves, the rules are different here. The inmates will test you. If you show weakness, they'll tear you apart." Sophia was assigned the toughest section, Block D. This housed the most dangerous inmates, killers, gang leaders, terrorist organization members. On her first shift, Marcus Razor Williams in cell 23 called out to her, "Hey, little lady, this isn't a playground. Go home." Sophia stopped and looked at Williams, 6 feet 10 inches tall, 290 pounds, tried for 3 murders. "Williams," she said calmly, "cell inspection at 1500. Be ready." Williams laughed. "You're gonna inspect me, baby." Sophia said nothing and continued walking, but she mentally noted Williams. Day 2, Sophia was distributing meals. Tommy, the Tank Morrison in cell 31, threw his food tray. "What is this shitty food?" he yelled. "It's like dog food." Sophia stopped. The entire block had heard him. This was her first real test. "Morrison," said Sophia, "clean it up." "I didn't hear what you said, Shorty." Sophia took a step closer. "Pick up the food tray. Clean the cell floor." Morrison stood up, 6 feet 9 inches tall, 275 pounds. "What if I don't?" "Then I'll write a disciplinary report. Solitary confinement, 30 days. Morrison grinned. "What can you do to me?" Sophia smiled. "Want to test it." Morrison approached, but what he saw in Sophia's eyes stopped him. Something cold, calculated, dangerous. "Shit," said Morrison, picking up the tray. This time, Block D was silent. Sophia had passed her test. 1 week later, Sophia was taking a break in the staff room. Sergeant Rodriguez, examining her file, came over. "Reeves, there's a gap in your file. What did you do between 2015 to 2023? Sophia froze. "Private sector security. 8 years. "Which company?" "Various clients." "Confidentiality agreement." Rodriguez was suspicious but didn't press. What Sophia didn't know was that some inmates had started investigating her past. Alexei Volkov in cell 15, a former Russian intelligence agent, was analyzing Sophia's walk, posture, eye movements. "This woman isn't just a guard," he murmured to his cellmate Sergei. "She's had military training, maybe special forces." "Are you sure?" "I've been doing this for 20 years. I can tell." Volkov's analysis was correct. Sophia had served in the U.S. Army Special Forces from 2015 to 2023. She was among the first female operators in the 75th Ranger Regiment. She had conducted covert operations in Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria. Her military record showed 47 confirmed kills, 15 hostage rescue operations, 12 commendations for valor. But nobody knew this information. Week 2. Strange activity began in Block D. Inmates were whispering, holding secret meetings. Marcus Williams in cell 23 had taken leadership. "Guys," he said in a secret meeting, "this little Chinese girl is looking down on us, disrespecting us. What should we do?" asked Diego Santos in cell 17. "Let's teach her a lesson. Show her who rules here." Williams' plan was simple. Catch Sophia alone and intimidate her. Maybe hurt her a little. That way, other guards would understand too. "Tomorrow night shift. She'll be alone then," said Williams. Morrison in cell 31 objected. "Touching a woman. This will bring us trouble. Are you scared, Tank?" Williams mocked. "No, but there's something about this woman." "Did you see her eyes?" Williams laughed. "Are you afraid of a 120-pound Chinese girl?" Morrison fell silent. But he had a bad feeling inside. Week 3. The plan expanded. Williams wouldn't just intimidate Sophia, he'd organize a full escape. Jerome "The Wire" Jackson in cell 8, electronically gifted, had hacked the security system. "Cameras will be offline at 23:45. We have a 15-minute window." Danny Blade, Torres in cell 12, a weapons expert, had prepared improvised weapons. Steel bars, sharp metals, strangling wire. "Our weapons are ready, but first we need to handle that little guard." Williams explained the plan. 23:45, crash security system 23:47, capture and neutralize Sophia. 23:50, open cell doors. 000, take control of main corridor. 00:15, escape through weak point in outer wall. The plan was perfect. 30 inmates would participate. Sophia would be alone on shift. "Easy target," said Williams. "Small, weak, inexperienced." This was the beginning of the biggest mistake they would ever make. 23:30, Sophia was patrolling Block D alone. Everything was normal. Inmates in their cells. Silence prevailed. What Sophia didn't know was that 30 pairs of eyes were watching her. 23:40, Sophia was drinking coffee in the control room. Everything looked normal on the security monitors. 23:45, the screens went dark. "What?" Sophia checked the electronic systems. "Central, this is Block D. We have a system problem." The radio crackled. "Copy Block D, sending technician." Sophia stood up. She was alone and the systems had crashed. 23:47. The first cell door opened. Marcus Williams emerged from cell 23, holding an improvised steel bar. Behind him came Morrison, Santos, Jackson, Torres. 1 person, 2 people, 5 people. 23:48. Sophia found herself facing 30 inmates in the corridor. "Hello, little lady," said Williams with a grin. "Who's in command now?" Sophia reached for her baton. 30-1. They had weapons. No backup. "Williams," she said calmly, "return to your cell." Final warning. The 30 inmates burst into laughter. "You don't give us orders anymore," said Williams. "Now we're going to tell you what we're going to do to you." Sophia took a deep breath. Her 8 years of military training flashed through her mind. Survival training, close combat, Tactical assessment. Okay, said Sophia, but you have a choice. What choice? Return to your cells or go to the hospital. Williams approached. You and what army? Sophia smiled. Just me. Williams made the first move. He swung the steel bar toward Sophia's head. Sophia's reflexes kicked in. She caught the bar, twisted Williams' arm, kneed him in the stomach. Williams fell to the ground, breathless. Impossible, Morrison murmured. Sophia took the steel bar. Who's next? Santos and Jackson attacked together. Sophia sidestepped, swept Santos's leg, elbowed Jackson in the throat. In 2 seconds, 2 inmates were on the ground. What the hell is this woman doing? Torres yelled. Sophia was carefully studying them. Prison fighting style. Raw force, no coordination, no discipline. I haven't told you who I am, said Sophia. Sophia threw the steel bar to the ground. I don't need a weapon. Volkov was analyzing Sophia's movements. This woman is professional. She's had special forces training. What do you mean? Asked the inmate next to him. I mean, we're deeply screwed. Sophia took a stance. Combat-ready position. Hands open, weight forward, eyes in target acquisition mode. I'm telling you for the last time, return to your cells. Morrison objected. We're 30 people. You're just one. I'm Sophia Reeves, 8 years U.S. Army Special Forces, 75th Ranger Regiment, 47 confirmed kills, 15 hostage rescue operations. Silence fell in the corridor. And I'm going to knock out each one of you. Williams was groaning on the ground. Attack! All together. 10 inmates attacked simultaneously. Sophia met the first group. Special Forces close quarters combat training kicked in. First inmate, throat strike, immediate incapacitation. Second inmate, knee break, fell. Third inmate, solar plexus punch, left breathless. Sophia was in motion, not stopping, not creating predictable patterns, constantly changing position. The fourth inmate approached from behind. Sophia saw with peripheral vision, back elbow strike, nose broken. Fifth and sixth inmates tried coordination. Sophia took a low stance, swept the first one's leg, kicked the second one's knee. In 15 seconds, 6 inmates were on the ground. This can't be real, Torres shouted. Sophia wasn't even breathing hard. 24 left. The remaining inmates began attacking in groups. Sophia was using the corridor's geometry. She was preventing group attacks in the narrow space, forcing them to face her one by one. Rodriguez in cell 19 tried to use steel wire as strangling wire. Sophia caught the wire, slammed Rodriguez into the wall. Kim in cell 14 attacked with an improvised knife. Sophia used wrist control technique, took the knife, twisted Kim's arm. Washington in cell 7 had a wrestling background. He tried to tackle Sophia. Sophia used sprawl technique, knee strike to Washington's head. One by one, systematically, Sophia was neutralizing all attackers. Tank Morrison was one of the last remaining strong inmates. 275 pounds power-lifting background. You're a woman, he yelled. I can crush you. Morrison made a full force charge. Sophia used timing, sidestepped, used Morrison's momentum to slam him into the wall. Morrison was shaken but remained standing. Is that all you got? Sophia smiled. No, this is pressure point strikes, the technique Sophia learned in military training. Precision strike to the nerve cluster in Morrison's neck. Morrison passed out. 15 left, said Sophia. The remaining inmates were in panic. This small woman was knocking out their strong friends one by one. Let's run, shouted Parker in cell 26. Where will you run? Asked Sophia. Doors are locked. Only I can open them. Williams was trying to get up. This isn't over. Sophia approached Williams. You made the plan. You organized it. You're the leader. What are you going to do? I'm going to give you special treatment. Sophia grabbed Williams by the collar, pushed him against the wall. I fought terrorists for 8 years. How are you different from them? Williams began to fear. I was just... You tried to harm innocent people. This was in my job description. Sophia applied a Special Forces restraint technique to Williams. Williams became immobilized. 0015 to 29 inmates lay on the corridor floor. Some unconscious, some injured, but all neutralized. Only Alexei Volkov remained standing. You didn't participate, said Sophia. I'm a former intelligence officer. I knew this plan would fail. Why? Because you're not an ordinary prison guard. You're a special operations veteran. Sophia nodded. Correct analysis. May I ask, why are you here? Someone of your caliber. Why did you become a prison guard? Sophia thought. Sometimes you want a peaceful life, but peaceful life doesn't find you. Volkov smiled. I understand. I'm in the same situation. Return to your cell, Volkov. You never came out tonight. Copy that. 0020. Sophia turned on her radio. Central, this is Block D. Sophia Reeves reporting. Block D, we fixed the system problem. Status report. 30 inmates attempted escape. All secured. Medical attention needed. What? 30 inmates. Were you alone? Affirmative. We're sending backup. 5 minutes later, 20 guards came to Block D. The scene they saw shocked them. 29 inmates on the ground. Sophia standing, not even a scratch. Reeves, said Sergeant Rodriguez. What happened here? Escape attempt. I handled it. Alone? Against 30 inmates. Yes, sir. Rodriguez examined the inmates. Some unconscious, some with broken bones. You did this alone? I used necessary force, sir. The next day, Warden Thompson called Sophia to his office. Reeves, what happened last night? Extraordinary. Sir, I just did my job. Alone against 30 inmates. This isn't normal. Sophia remained silent. I investigated your background. Military records sealed, but I have sources. Thompson opened the file. 75th Ranger Regiment, Special Operations, multiple commendations. Sophia was still silent. Why didn't you tell me? Sir, past life. Now I'm a prison guard. Thompson shook his head. You're not an ordinary guard. You're an asset. Sir, I'm transferring you to a different assignment. Special Situations Unit. Dangerous prisoners, riot control, hostage situations, Sophia thought. Accepted. 3 months later, Sophia had become Riverside's legend. Inmates called her the Ghost. Seemingly harmless but deadly. When new inmates came to Block D, veteran prisoners warned them. Do you see that small woman? Show her respect. She took down 30 people alone. Impossible. Ask Alexei. He was there that night. Sophia continued her daily routine, professional, calm, respectful. But everyone knew testing her would be a career-ending mistake. At Williams's parole hearing, he told his lawyer, I've lived in the prison system for 15 years. I've met the most hardcore criminals, but that woman, she's a different category. What do you mean? I hope I never see someone like her again. Sophia Reeves started as a 120-pound quiet prison guard, but in reality, she was a warrior. And sometimes warriors have to remind everyone why peace is better than war. If you enjoyed this incredible story, don't forget to subscribe for more real stories like this. Write in the comments what you think about this story.